You ever had one of those movies where the more you think about it, the more you hate it? The more you go, yeah, this movie's pretty stupid, pretty dumb, uneventful, and you wonder what the fuck the big deal with this movie was? That was my feelings on this film. In fact, this is the second time I'm doing this review because I'm like, the more I thought about it, I'm like, oh, it's not the worst film I've seen this year, which is not. I mean, I've seen the 3 pop-by horror films this year. I've seen the film that The Weeknd, Hurry Up Tomorrow. I'm like, yeah, hurry up for this movie to fucking finish. So no, it's not nearly one of the worst movies of the year, no. But I didn't care for the film. And that's Weapons. And this was a paid request, so before I get into it, thank you. I'm sorry for the wait for everybody. I'm trying to get these out as soon as I can. If anyone wants to request any type of movie review, re-review, tier list, ranking, video game playthrough, whatever the case may be, random thoughts, streams, commentaries, what have you, PayPal is the best way to do it. I do have a Cash App as well. Links are down below in the info box, and I will get to it as soon as I possibly can. And for those who sent them, thank you. I do appreciate it. But Weapons is from the guy who did Barbarian. Barbarian was one of those films that I liked the first half. When you got into the tunnels, although the character went down there for not the brightest of reasons, I'm like, okay, well, the tunnel at first at least has some claustrophobic atmosphere, and then you saw the villain and the backstory. What the fuck? Okay. Then you have this film, which I kind of guessed what was going to happen in terms of the general idea based on the title and the trailer. I was kind of right, which I'll get to. But this is spoilers starting off. Heavy spoilers. So this is my thoughts at first thinking about this film when it was finished. Did anything actually happen in this fucking movie that I watched for over 2 hours long? Why does the lead girl, the character Justine, have a nightmare where she looks up and looks like Tiny Tim is staring down at her? That's actually Amy Madigan, she's the villain, the witch in the movie. She was actually, I believe, Uncle Buck's girlfriend in Uncle Buck. But the way she looks like Tiny Tim. Or at least, when you look, she looked up and, down. Okay, I guess that's supposed to be scary. I'm not scared of Tiny Tim. Or anyone looking like Tiny Tim, man or woman. Why does Josh Brolin, when he has a dream, there's a fucking random bit with a machine gun in the sky with a counter on the side, like it was a fucking pulse rifle from Aliens? I get that it says 270. Okay. The plot of the film, the general idea: one day, one night, a bunch of kids from this one classroom, except one kid, Alex, the others ran off in the middle of the night at 2:17 a.m. because some of them knocked over their alarms and it was 2:17. And no one knows what happened to them. I mean, this is like, what, 17 or so kids? It's a shitload of kids. Be national fucking news. FBI swarming every fucking place, every house. So the fact these kids, I'll get to that. So then the movie wants to be non-linear as if it's Pulp Fiction. Let me tell you, you ain't Pulp Fiction. You're not Pulp Fiction at all, okay? So it wants to be non-linear. So it'll tell the point of view of the new teacher, Justine. She's being blamed for all this. She's like the scapegoat. People threaten her. She's become more of an alcoholic. Someone paints witch on the side of her door, of her vehicle, I should say. She gets weird phone calls. She meets up with this ex-boyfriend who's a cop, guy named Paul. And she wants to talk to this kid, Alice, because he was the only one not having disappeared. And again, the townsfolk blame her. Then we cut to Josh Brolin's character. And each time we cut to a character, it fills in a little bit of the blanks of the story we saw before. So Josh Brolin one of his kids was the ones that disappeared, ran off. He's with the mob mentality, blaming this teacher. He was the one that painted witch on Justine's vehicle. And he's not doing well at the construction job. He's screwing up. And then he starts figuring out that from some of these recordings, the kids will run a certain way. Why? The other cops, again, the FBI would have been called. Like 15, 16, 17 fucking kids go missing, and there'd be a shitload of fucking people there looking into this. You tell me now one of them would have figured this out, but apparently not. Because Josh Brolin is special. He's Jonah Hex. I don't fucking know. He was Jonah Hex, motherfucker, that's why. He figures that, wait, this person went in this direction, in this video, this person went in this direction, so wherever they crossed, they maybe somehow in that area, there's some kind of meeting place, environment. Maybe the other kids went there too. There's something, one went this way, one went this way. This is where they cross, so maybe something to that effect. Then they both get attacked by the principal, who is the Asian guy from Doctor Strange, Benedict Wong. With the bug guys running like he's with arms wide open. And that's another, like... Oh, and Josh Brolin has a nightmare scene where he's trying to find his kid. And for some reason he looks up in the sky and there's a fucking machine gun with a bullet counter on the side. Like Aliens, you know, the pulse rifle, the bullet counter counts down in red LED light. I'm like, why? Is this the directors, like, trying to talk about school shootings? You know, if you were trying to do that, you fucking failed. Because I got none of that. I only popped in my head because there's kids and there's a gun in the sky. There's no other gun, really. Well, there's no machine guns in the movie, but there's one in the fucking sky. You know, if you want to do a big old parable on school shootings, then maybe, I don't know, have it be where they're trying to blame movies and video games and all sorts of stuff, which they always do, but it's never the blame, because it's just the easy scapegoat. If you try to do that and parody that, maybe then I could understand your parable more, if that's what you're trying to do. Then we have the point of view of the cop Paul, which we didn't even need, because all he does is he finds this junkie trying to break into a place. He catches him. Do you have anything on you? Searches the pockets, gets pricked, gets pissed at the guy, punches him. I thought something was going to happen with that, him being pricked. No, nothing ever comes of that. It's just him being pissed to punch the guy. And then he's afraid that it was on camera, so he'll get in trouble. So he tells the guy, hey, listen, make a deal. I'll let you go and let this be. Then later he sees the guy again, runs after him. And then we see, like, the junkie's point of view. He went into a house, and it was the house of this little kid, Alex. And the kid's parents are control possessed, and the missing kids are in the basement, control possessed, however you want to put it. Because then we see from the little kid's point of view, his story, where his aunt, Gladys, Amy Madigan, came by, possessed the parents, told the kid, listen, shh, this is our secret, you tell anybody, I'm going to make your mom kill your dad kill your mom, hurt each other, all that jazz. I want you to get something from every kid in your classroom. That way, one night, she does her little voodoo witch magic. They all come with arms wide open and get into the fucking basement. Because it's a witch, she's old, she wants some life force. Okay, how about you pop in the fucking movie and let's see Matilda May's titties run at me, and then I'll have a better fucking time. But no, Sally's not that kind of life force. Which I think that movie's better than this fucking movie. And then, like, that gas station. Oh yeah, then we have Benedict Wong's point of view, where he happens to be gay. And when Amy Madigan sees them, controls Benedict Wong, has him headbutt his mate, his partner, run down the street bug-eyed, go to the gas station, run around, chase the girl. Josh Brolin tries to stop him, chases him with a car. Benedict Wong gets hit by traffic, and there's a gory after remains of most of his head missing. Josh Brolin and the lead girl, Justine, they figure out, hey, this is where it seems like they intersect. Wait, that's Alex's house. They go there, they go in. The cop and the junkie are possessed. Josh Brolin can't do anything because I guess he's a pussy. The girl has to shoot both of them. Then Josh Brolin goes downstairs like a fucking idiot. He gets easily possessed. Tries to strangle the woman. Alex, I guess, took some shit from the witch. Controls all the kids. Because I guess different type of voodoo magic. And the kids run through houses, windows, grab the witch, tear her apart. Then it ends with Justine with Alex, the little kid, and Josh Brolin taking his son home. And I'm sitting there going, number one, why did this movie need to be over 2 fucking hours long? This movie did not need to be 2 hours and 8 minutes long. That's number one. Number two, why does everybody, when they run like this with arms wide open like they're trying for the fucking Creed music video? I like Creed. I like that song. I'd rather watch that fucking song for 2 hours, the music video, than watch this fucking movie again. But they all run like this, with arms wide open. Or maybe they love the Shawshank Redemption. They love that band, the Shawshank Redemption, and they're imagining the rain is hitting them. Maybe that's why. It's all why? Only God knows why. Again, why did Josh Brolin dream up a fucking machine gun? Is he don't pull one out later? No. Is the witch pull out a machine gun? That'd be crazy. I wouldn't see that coming. Wouldn't make sense, but not much else in this film makes sense in it either. At least that would have been fun. And the movie's fucking boring. It's slow. It's a slow burn. Well, there ain't no goddamn burn because there ain't no goddamn fire because there ain't no goddamn passion. Okay? There are slow burn films like The Shining, Stanley Kubrick film, The Changeling, George C. Scott, that actually have atmosphere and actually have somewhat of an intriguing story that develops. Here, the story's kind of, maybe you have an interesting initial setup, but then it just stalls until the end of the fucking film. Just really not much fucking happens. Why is the stair... There's barely any stairs. The few that have is Justine looks up and there's the lady Gladys Knight in the Pips, whatever the fuck her name was, and she looks like Tiny Tim. She's like, hey, you know. Is that fucking scary? I mean, I know Amy Madigan looks a bit fucking ugly, you know, ugly bitch, but... You know, I wouldn't say I'm scared of her. Like, that's the stare? Why was this witch a fucking idiot? So much of stuff doesn't make sense. Again, with that many fucking kids missing, where's the FBI and where's all these other people that could be investigating this? Okay, the witch needs life force. So she wants all these kids. So I just, you know, the more kids, the more life force she could suck up. She don't know the goddamn term low profile. You know the meaning low profile? Low profile does not mean you blow up a store. It does not mean you shoot people in the head. You don't know the meaning low profile. She don't. She don't know jack shit. Okay, let's maybe not take every fucking kid from the same classroom. Some people go, oh, that's a bit weird. And then leave the one kid there who you are associated with because you live in their house, you're their relative. You are related to this person, or say you are, whichever way, and you're the only person that's still here in this classroom. Be pretty fucking suspicious. Just don't know about the word inconspicuous. And then, like, why don't you take one kid at a time? You take one kid at a time, a kid's missing, search for one kid. Like, when 17, 18 go missing at the same time, then That's be national news. National fucking news. But apparently not in this universe. And also, once you get the kids, why do you stay there? You tell me there's no way to sneak the kids out, find a way to get them the fuck to the middle of wherever the fuck nowhere, bumblefuck nowhere, for you to do whatever you need to do? Oh, here's an idea. Or a question I should ask. The little kid, Alex. Why does the woman, the witch, say, Alex, you need to keep this secret. If you do, I'll hurt your parents. Why? Why does he need to keep a secret? Why don't you just control his ass? Or if you can't do it then, when all the other kids are running towards the same fucking house, which a friend of mine, he even wondered, it's funny how all these other places have cameras to show the kids running out, but there's not one camera that shows that all the kids are running the same fucking way down the street. There's like fucking 17 of them running down the street, but not one camera caught one of those, I guess. How fucking convenient. But okay, why don't you make your nephew, whatever, one of those kids as well? So when the kid goes back to school, people go, They won't go, that's weird. Why? What's so special about you? Let's really look into your life. Let's look into your family. Let's look into your backstory, kid. The teacher and you're the only ones left in this classroom. Ain't that funny? Ain't that strange? Wouldn't that draw more attention to yourself? But if you control the kid and have him with the other kids, you just go, yeah, our kid went missing too. Our kid ran off too. We don't know what happened. And you're just one of the other parents, or one of the other relatives, I should say. You know? Also, so she is controlling the parents, and then she controls the kids. The cops, FBI, whatever, I guess FBI don't exist in this movie, they must have come down to that house to ask about Alex, ask the parents. So does the witch control the parents so they can just walk, talk, however you want to the cops? Or do the parents not remember? And they don't remember being controlled? And then they talk to the cops? Did you just turn it on and off like a switch? Hell, why don't you control the cops? Why don't you just control the fucking cops? Or hell, when the cops came by, none of them went into the basement where all these kids were at? Well, the kids weren't there. Then where the fuck were they? Did the witch hide each kid up her snatch? Did the cops come by when, the night before all the kids went to this one house and you see them running into the house? Did they go into the ceiling? Did they go in? We find them in the basement. Do cops not look at basements anymore? Do they not? Again, did she hide one up her pussy? And then when they're gone, where'd she hide them? In a shed? In a bus? In a barn? There ain't no fucking barns there. Where'd she hide them? Up her ass. Where did she hide all those kids? Again, if you think about it for 5 minutes, none of this makes fucking sense at all. Not one goddamn fucking bit. She doesn't know low profile. She doesn't think maybe I'll make this kid one of the missing kids, so we'll just be one of the missing, the relatives affected by this. Which will make you, which is help on the low profile scale. Once you get the kids, it's been so long. When it's been so long that they're not even looking for the kids anymore, because the cops are not looking for the kids anymore. Nobody's looking for the kids anymore. You tell me in the middle of the fucking night you can't find like a bus or something, get the kids, get the fuck out of Dodge and go where the fuck you want? You could control a fucking bus driver. You could control anybody apparently with this shit, as long as you get a little piece of their thing. And apparently you do it quick too. Because at the end, she drives Josh Brolin shit, and then controls him just like that. So it doesn't take that fucking long to do. She just did a fucking UPS truck, controlled the guy, y'all get in the UPS truck, and get us the fuck out of here, buddy. Or something, anything. Yeah, I don't know, why are you asking the kid? It's our secret. Why don't you just control him? You control everybody else. I already said that. Okay, there's the bit where Benedict Wong is made to kill his partner, run down the fucking street, and try to kill Justine. I guess because she's asking too many questions or something. And there's even a scene where she's sleeping, and someone has a... Okay, I get that some people are heavy sleepers. I don't give a fuck how heavy a sleeper you are. Someone's like pressing a fucking scissor right to your fucking face, and it... Like, oh, nothing to see here. You know, this scissor just did to my thing. You know... I know there's some heavy sleepers. I mean, there's stories of like wrestlers comb people's hair while they're sleeping and stuff like that. So I get that, but the way it was done here just looks silly. But okay, let's just forget about that point, because I know there are people heavy sleepers. It just, I thought it looked silly. It looked goofy. But okay, you got one of her things, which is what you need. Why don't you just control her? Have her walk off a bridge. People go, yeah, she felt guilty. Or you know what, she probably did do it. She felt guilty. Or, you know what, she was depressed. She just walked off a bridge. Why don't you do that? Would that not be more easier to do? Just control Justine. She walks in the traffic, walks off a bridge. Instead of sending this guy into... Because... She kind of did before when she's trying to threaten the kid by making the dad take a fucking fork and keep stabbing himself with it. So you can do that. So why don't you make the girl just walk off a bridge or something instead of sending this guy to run down the street? Like this was a... Like the bug eyes... That's how silly it looked. And that's what he did. Like, what sense does that make? You tell me which would be easier. Make the lady just jump off a bridge herself because you can control him and it seems like you can't do anything to stop him. Or wake him up. Do that. Or have a guy run down the fucking street and go through traffic and all this stuff and maybe kill her. I mean, this witch was an idiot. This witch was a moron. This witch was a dumbass bitch. Never made any fucking sense. And the whole part of the story with the cop and the junkie, you did not need all that shit. Literally, you could have done that in less than 5 minutes. You established the cop as going out... the ex-boyfriend of Justine, and then this one woman gets pissed at her, like, "Were you with my man? I know he used to be your boyfriend, but he's my man now." Okay, she didn't sound that bad, but I'm just fucking around. He's on the job, he sees a burglar, the burglar goes in, oh shit, sees some stuff, runs out, grabs him. There's people in there. Yeah, right. No, seriously, I saw some kids in there. Has him in the back, goes in, comes out, drags him out like he does in the movie because he's possessed. There you go. That could take 5 minutes or less. But for some reason, the cop and the junkie story has to be so prevalent that it takes like at least 20 fucking minutes. I'm like, it really doesn't. Because name me 3 things about the cop that's not his job. Name 3 things about the junkie other than he's a junkie and a burglar. They weren't interesting characters. They weren't compelling characters. Again, you could literally write that in less than 5 fucking minutes of screen time. And that would have improved the pacing. But I did, like, for most of the film, I mean it, like, nothing happens. It's fucking boring. It drags. The initial concept of kids, running away one night, which, when I saw the trailer, I'm like, okay, these kids are running like something's controlling them. And with the way a lot of films are done nowadays, you either have a lot of possession movies or supernatural movies. I'm like, okay, it's going to be something. Okay, weapons, they're used as weapons. Okay, so it's going to be, I don't know, some kind of witch or something. I just assume that I thought what was going to happen was that in the third act, they would be used to destroy the town. I thought you're going to have this whole thing where the kids are now, they've come back, but they're going to be like Children of the Corn more intensified. Killing their parents, doing all this and that. Parents versus kids. The parents are happy to see their kids, but they become weapons and they kill the parents and they take over the stores and they're crashing through and just killing family by family, neighborhood by neighborhood. All out war. No. That would have been more interesting, more intense, but nah. Just made it more fucking more elevated. Elevate my nuts to your mouth. How about that? Okay, elevated horror? Can we get to the floor of good movies? Or does that floor not exist in today's age? You're talking about horror's elevated. Okay, fucking elevator. Take me to the floor of good movies. Can I go to the floor where the good movies are at? Or how long is this fucking elevator? It's been riding for some time. Years. This is the longest fucking elevator I've been on. When do we get to the floor of elevated horror? Where's the floor of good movies? Where is it? I'm listening. I'm wondering. Because I want that floor. Please do. And I'm trying to remember if I miss any. The score, I don't even remember the music. The ending just kind of felt, maybe it's just me, but it felt a bit abrupt, like the way the ending was cut. I don't know, it just felt abrupt to me. The acting's not bad, I'll say. I don't think the acting is bad. The girl that plays Justine, Josh Brolin, because originally it was supposed to be Pedro Pascal. Thank God it wasn't. Because he could get the fuck out of Hollywood for a while. I would prefer that, but I like Josh Brolin more as an actor. I think he did what he could, but he didn't have much to do. Especially at the end, where he doesn't do anything. I guess because he's a guy, so guy's a pussy. She has to kill both of the possessed. He can't do shit. I guess because guys are pussies. I don't know. That was fucking annoying, too. He didn't fucking do anything. The only thing he did was he tried to help her against Benedict Wong, but, it didn't. He tried to help, but it didn't do much. And then he had the idea of what direction they were going. Why nobody else thought of this, I don't know. And literally, this is my mind frame. Kid narrates like it's a fairy tale, Grimm's fairy tale. The incident of the kids leaving. They love Shawshank Redemption, whatever. Justine, like I said, teacher, people blame her, she's depressed, buy more alcohol, has a stupid nightmare that was goofy as fuck, sees her old boyfriend, sees Josh Brolin. Josh Brolin, construction, doing a shitty job. Yeah, I don't think I missed anything. Like, set piece wise, I guess if you want to call the kids running away one. the two little nightmares Josh Brolin and the Justine had, which some of the symbolism didn't make sense to me. Like the whole gun thing. I don't know what the fuck what the point of that was. Benedict Wong trying to kill Justine at the gas station. Which, to repeat, I know I'm keep repeating stuff. Why would the witch do that? Just make the girl control her and run into a fucking wood chipper. Or, again, off a bridge, into traffic, anything. You dumb witch, bitch. Fucking... Oh, then Benedict Wong, when he's killing his partner, he pukes up this blast shit as if it's fucking Evil Dead. As if now the director wants to be Sam Raimi for 5 seconds. They really fit with the tone of the rest of the movie. Like, he just now is puking all this black shit. Do they all do that if they get possessed? Puke up this black stuff? Because I didn't see anybody else do that. I don't think Josh Brolin did that at the end. Headbutts. As it runs. And then the ending bit where the two are fighting the two possessed and she throws a frying pan at the cop guy and then she shoots him in the head and shoots the other guy in the head because Josh Brolin can't do shit. The little boy is being attacked by his parents. He does a little thing here. The kids chase after the witch. Now, again, I didn't mind the acting. I didn't mind the aftermath, little gore, where you see Benedict Wong, most of his head gone. He's been hit. When the kids are running and there's a shot where you see in the trailer, they bust through the window, the doors of this living room where this family's at. They wonder what the hell's going on, but they just keep running through it. They get the witch, they tear her apart. You know, kind of gory. That's pretty much it. That's pretty much it. What was the big fucking deal of this goddamn movie? You know, if this witch had just controlled that fucking kid like I said, she would have been fucking fine. But I don't know why she didn't. She never really explains why she doesn't ever control the kid. Ever. She never says why. I don't know. I don't know. So much... boring, slow, it was never creepy, it was never scary, it's fucking dumb, barely anything fucking happens, it's overlong at over 2 hours, and now it makes me want to watch fucking Creed music videos for the rest of the day, because I have a better fucking time, and I have to watch it with my arms wide open like this. Fuck this movie. This movie sucked. Why does this movie make so much goddamn money? Why does it have a 97% Rotten Tomatoes? If you like the film, that's fine. What about this film was worth the fuck? No one's going to remember this goddamn film a year from now. I would... You know, fuck it. I would bet money. I would bet fucking money. I would. I bet money no one remembers this fucking film a year from now. If this is what the state of horror is, kiss my ass. To the industry. Like, this is one of the big horror films of the year. This and Sinners. Right, 2 overrated fucking films. They're overlong, with not much fucking happen either one. A lot of dumb shit. Either a bunch of fucking dancing. Surprised the kids didn't fucking dance in the rain and shit. Villains are fucking dumb. They can't do a goddamn thing because this witch was an idiot. I keep repeating that, and I'm going to stop because I'm just going to keep repeating the same fucking thing. This film sucks. Later.